Hi, Henry. Big congratulations for tonight's performance. Of course, defending your bantamweight title and being the first person to TKO Dominick Cruz. We'll talk about the retirement in just a moment, but in terms of the performance itself, talk us through it.
Yeah, the game plan was to flatten his tires, in other words, kick his legs out. And I think they weren't expecting that. I think they were expecting me to use hands and whatnot, and probably maybe not find him. But it was using rage. It was being disciplined and just kicking his legs out. And that's exactly what we did in that fight. I just isolated the plans that my coaches have had given me. So I was extremely satisfied and happy with everything that happened in the fight.
And obviously, it was the knee, and then you followed up with what seemed like a lot of unanswered strikes. But then Dominic was getting up. It seemed when the ref called it. There's been people sort of saying different things regarding that stoppage. From your perspective, being in there at the time, what do you think of that stoppage?
He was hurt. He was hurt. I saw his body go limp. I saw he just wasn't reacting to them hard punches, and the ref has to do his job. And if you're not answering after two or three, I mean, I'm throwing blows. This is early in the fight too. As you can see, I was thrusting my hips and clenching my hand and just beating them to it. So the ref has to do his job. Sometimes the ref has to save you, for yourself.
Well, it was a phenomenal performance, and your athleticism, as always, spectacular. And I was getting ready to ask you about who's next, and are you going to marry Jose Aldo and get him out for the fight, all that kind of stuff. And
Yeah,
then you announce your
John's out there
retirement.
go find another 90-day fiance. I'm gonna be happy retired. Who knows? I might go to Fight Line and watch them fight. I don't know. I gotta talk to Uncle Dana. If Uncle Dana ain't mad at me.
Look, you announced this retirement. I think for a lot of us on the outside, it was quite a shock. 33 years old, still in your prime. With talking about being in the quadruple seal, that kind of stuff. How long have you been thinking about this?
I've been thinking about it since my shoulder surgery, since I had it. And there's so many layers to Triple C that people don't know about, man. Like, I'm a conqueror. I'm a bird, man. I love to fly. I love to explore. I love to conquer new things, and I feel like I've done everything in combat sports. Olympic champ, flyweight champ, bantamweight champ. I mean, can I just leave on top? Can I just be a simple answer to just leave on top?
You can do anything you want to do. You're triple C, but I'm already hearing kind of murmurings of some people saying, "Ah, he'll be back." But then when you retired as an Olympic wrestler, you didn't go back to that. You moved on and eventually found
Exactly.
fighting.
Exactly. I moved on. I moved on, and I'm gonna move on. I got a girl. I got a girl now. I think more importantly too, I want to start that next chapter in my life. I've given so much to this world, even though I'm 33. Man, I lived. Like my life is more of like a 50-year-old because I've done so much in combat sports and what I've sacrificed. So I eventually do want to have kids, and I just don't see myself. I was raised by a single mother. I never had a dad growing up, and I have a bunch of nieces and nephews, and I just don't envision myself fighting and having a kid.
Mm.
I just don't see it. And I've never saw that, and I've never had kids, and I could have had a bunch of kids, but I want to give my time to my procreation.
And what are the aside from your girlfriend and looking towards having a family in terms of work, in terms of entertainment, television? You are a born performer. I mean, I heard someone say earlier about WWE.
Hollywood, or Hollywood, we can all get it. Well, I would eventually like to get into real estate and then eventually start like my own HGTV show. Showing people kind of like the aftermath of what a professional athlete does. And I don't know that much about real estate, but I'm very intrigued by it. And I would love for these cameras to follow me around and to see my step by step, all the mistakes that I'm gonna make, all the good, the bad, and the ugly. So if you're asking me, I would love to have I would love to still use my persona, still use my personality, and but this time use it in a not so cringy way.
Well, the world's certainly your oyster. I mean, a final question from me. What would be your message to your fans, those that have supported you through your entire career and up until this point now?
It's been fun, man. I want to say thank you. You guys have been there for me, whether you hate me or you love me. Like everything that I've done in the sport has always been in the best for my weight class, for my division, for everybody. I know it's a lot. It's very hard for people to understand that because the crazy things that I do, prior to fights, but it's all done in the love of promotion. And even though my nickname is a Triple C, prior to that it was the Messenger, and I feel like I will always be the messenger, somewhat wrapped into Triple C. So if I can leave you guys off with three things that's made me successful in my life, I call it dream, sacrifice, victory. The bigger the dream, the greater the sacrifice. The sacrifice always has to be greater than the dream in order for you to accomplish victory. So dream, sacrifice, victory. Sincerely, the greatest of all time, Triple C.
Well, that's quite the sign off. I'm going to leave it there and say congratulations on an incredible career and your performance tonight. Thanks, Henry.
Thank you.